Hey guys, welcome to Draw My Story. And before we go into the video, I have an amazing announcement. I've started an animation channel, 405 Not Found. Yes, you heard it right. I know you guys are excited as me hearing this. And for all the Draw My Story fans out there, please go and check this out. The link's in the description below. And thank you so much guys for all the love and support you've been giving me. I can't be more happier. And I'd be thrilled if you guys also like and subscribe to my second channel as well. Love you all. And today, we're drawing the story of a famous and interesting devil character. It's none other than the Trollge. Trollge is known by everyone on this planet. At least once in your life, you would have seen its reference in memes or videos or images. However, I bet you have no idea how dangerous this face can get. Trollge is a humanoid monster, which is skeleton thin. Its body has a stick-like structure with an unnaturally big head. This big head is a skeleton head, which has an evil smile and 2 rows of big teeth. Trollge is one of the scariest monsters of all time. There's not much evidence of real footages of his attack. However, once officials recovered a series of 5 video recordings where a survivor was talking about his experience of Trollge's attack. He told about how he was attacked, how he got hidden and escaped. He shared many more details as well. In the last video, while he was talking, unfortunately, the Trollge came behind him. The person who was talking was shocked and he ran away. The Trollge walked towards the camera. Within seconds, the video feed was cut off, and only the audio remained for a few more minutes. In the audio, we could hear loud screaming. We can clearly hear the noises where the Trollge attacked and killed the person by tearing off his flesh. The Trollge normally attacks by just walking towards anyone who are alone at night in a subway or a stranded street. As the Trollge looks like a human figure, the victims won't understand that they're about to be attacked unless the Trollge reaches really near to them. And then there will be no way to escape. Trollge attacks physically. It will tear off the human body in the most scary manner. Mostly, many of the body parts of the victims will be missing. Sometimes, some of the parts are recovered from faraway locations. Sometimes we never get those back. It's doing all this for fun. So what is this Trollge? Where is its origin? The most popular theory about Trollge is that it's a sadistic, cruel meme. The story is that many years ago, Trollge was a funny meme. It was so popular and loved by millions of fans. However, this glory didn't last forever. As time went by, new meme images took over the popular place. Trollge was not any more funny. People forgot about it. They stopped using it in trolls anymore. This made Trollge grumpy and angry. It didn't want to get outdated and forgotten by people. It wanted to be relevant. As a troll, the Trollge already had so many metaphysical abilities. It could space shift and size shift. It decided to use all these abilities against humans. That's how the Trollge started scaring people. He didn't start out as a human-killing monster. He used to just scare people by suddenly space-shifting in front of them, or suddenly giving them a jerk, or appearing very close to their face and smile. All these actions scared people. And guess what? Trollge was in the news again. Public identified the troll face, and they could not understand what's happening. Trollge had become an enemy to humans emotionally. It only wanted trouble for humans. As it realized that humans are talking about him again, Trollge was motivated to do more. Slowly, he took a step ahead. Trollge realized that it can actually do violence, that it can actually attack humans and kill them if it wants to. That's where things changed. Trollge started to become a nightmare among public. It attacked people physically and killed them. Humans were killed brutally. Their body parts were taken away or deformed. Trollge even breaks the bones of victims to kill them. Trollge was having fun doing this. It didn't have the slightest amount of sensitivity toward causing so much pain to innocent humans who did nothing against the Trollge. The victims didn't even know why they were being attacked. For the longest time, authorities were so confused about the attacks happening. They didn't take the possibility of Trollge doing such brutal kills. After all, Trollge is a troll. And it was just scaring people out of nowhere just because of some issues. It was never expected that Trollge would turn out to be a scary and dangerous monster who would literally attack people to take a fun revenge. Trollge normally does not talk anything sensible. It will mumble unnecessary things, and when the same talk happens in reverse, it becomes a real scary experience. Another important characteristic of Trollge is that every part of Trollge's body is configurable. That means Trollge can size shift specific parts of its body. It can change only its head, or its hands, or its legs into something else. Trollge can become a totally different and scary monster just by changing one or two parts of its body. Trollge does this in front of the victims as well. Many people have reported that watching Trollge transforming in front of them is one of the scariest sights of their lives. It's observed that Trollge can fly as well. There's one incident reported where a person witnessed Trollge flying away from a forest. In fact, this was the last time where Trollge was spotted. After this incident, Trollge is officially missing as of now. We don't believe that Trollge is gone forever. It's definitely out there somewhere. It might be taking a break, or this might be a regular pattern for the monster. Authorities are trying to find out the location of the Trollge so they can watch it and track the next attack. However, as we already know, it's very difficult to spot it or attack it. Even if we find him out, there's no solid plan on how to attack the monster. Human technology is not advanced enough to kill this monster. More than killing it, we need to control it. That's the immediate requirement. Trollge has no real long-term goals on this earth. It's here for its impulse revenge urges. Trollge never got any trouble from humans. And that was today's story, guys, about Trollge. And today, we're drawing the story of a very special cartoon monster, the cartoon mouse. The cartoon mouse is not just another cartoon monster. What's so special about him? We're going to tell you all about that. The cartoon mouse looks like a typical cartoon monster, just that this monster has two forms to it, a normal form and an extremely dangerous form. To start with, cartoon mouse is a humanoid monster. It has two long legs, two hands, and a torso like a human. Its head is round in shape. The head has large, round, cartoonish eyes, a mouth, rat-like nose, and 2 rat ears. We can see that its left ear was wounded once. It's torn and not in good shape. The cartoon mouse is extremely tall and fat, like the other cartoon monsters. Unlike others, it always has a sad expression on its face. There's no anger or arrogance. There's no instinct to attack. The cartoon mouse is normally dormant and turns hostile only in extreme situations. Once it turns violent, we get to see the second form. The second form of the cartoon mouse is the real deal. In here, we will get to see another face of the cartoon mouse. It looks like the first face is peeled off to reveal a second face inside. This face is scary and dangerous. It looks like a wooden mascot. On that, there are 2 hollow eye sockets. Inside this dark, hollow sockets, we can see 2 shiny eyes. And there's a creepy ear-to-ear mouth. Interestingly, this form has a white bow tie in its neck and white gloves on its hand, like cartoon characters. This only shows that the actual scary form of the monster is the second one. Also, the mouse has 2 tentacles grown out of both its shoulders. Those tentacles are long and flexible. So what is this monster? Why is it having 2 forms to it? The most famous theory behind this says that the cartoon mouse is not at all from the cartoon world. Yes, that's right. It was a normal rat in a normal world many years ago. In fact, the cartoon mouse was a lab rat in a research center. Its name was Bartholomew. The laboratory did researches in the cartoon monsters. It was all done to find out their powers and abilities. DNAs of many cartoon monsters are collected and worked on in different animals to see the effects. Bartholomew was one of the animals they were testing these. In one of their attempts, the DNA of cartoon cat was injected on the mouse with the regular protocol. However, this experiment didn't go well as expected. Within a few seconds into it, the mouse started trembling and screaming. The scientists understood that there's something wrong. However, it's common in a lab to have such extreme results, and normally the tested animal dies. So they didn't do anything to stop the experiment. They just thought this is a valuable result which will help the studies. Things escalated within the next few minutes. Bartholomew started growing bigger and bigger. It developed larger and stronger muscles. Its face changed, and ears were grown into big semicircles. In front of the lab technicians, the lab rat grew into a monster mouse. Bartholomew was becoming the cartoon mouse. The rat himself didn't know what's happening with him. It was scared to the core. It frantically ran here and there to seek help. However, the rat saw that all the humans are scared of him and are running away. The running around of this huge rat almost destroyed the whole lab. Bartholomew had gone through a genetic transformation. The cartoon mouse was born. After making a huge mess all around there, the mouse ran away into the woods. Officials did an extensive search to find him, but all in vain. The cartoon mouse, on the other hand, was hiding from the world. He didn't want to cause trouble to any humans. He knew that humans are hating him, and he didn't want that. He lived in the woods for many days, trying to hunt small animals. In this phase, the mouse realized that he's acquired so many powers. The one thing the mouse didn't realize is that it was the powers of the cartoon cat. But the cartoon cat realized this. He saw that there's a monster in the woods who's not quite from this world, but possesses most of the powers. The cartoon cat immediately had this thought of utilizing the monster. He attacked the cartoon mouse and made it his slave. If you see the mouse's ears, the left one is torn and wounded. It's the wound from this fight with the cat. The cartoon mouse is surely capable of fighting the cartoon cat, but he's not aware of his own powers, so he obeyed the cat. So basically, the cartoon mouse is always seen with the cartoon cat, helping the cat. The monster does not have its own purpose to kill humans. Even if it kills, it's because he's forced to do so. Most of the times, the cartoon mouse is in its normal form. Only when the mouse is forced to do extreme violence by the cartoon cat, it transforms into its second form. The cartoon mouse is in its full power when it's in its second form. It can be as dangerous as the cartoon cat in those moments. However, the cartoon mouse always fails in that fight, so it's still surviving as a slave to the cat. The cartoon mouse is a dangerous monster if it uses its powers against humanity. However, that's not the case. The mouse has no aggression or revenge against humans. It might have a small issue with the scientists who did the experiment on him. So if the mouse gets himself saved from the cat, it can be a big help for us. We can actually get its help to fight the cartoon monsters. But for that, the mouse has to believe in its own powers and fight with courage. We can only hope that the day will come soon. And that was today's story, guys, about Cartoon Mouse. And today, we'll be taking a different turn as we draw the story of a character that is unique and different from most of the characters we've drawn in the past. Today's story is about the fierce monster, Behemoth. What do we know about Behemoth? What can we say about this powerful creature? Well, we know that it's one of Trevor's creations, and we know that the Behemoth is a titan, an iguana-like titan that possesses a head that's larger than the size of an average mountain, a giant set of teeth, black eyes, and a grayish skin. As a titan, Behemoth is a very gigantic creature. In fact, it's known to be one of the largest titans ever known to man. The Behemoth, according to measurement, goes as high as 800 kilometers, and it's a creature that majorly likes to feed on other titans that are not very strong enough to fight back this humongous beast. Behemoth spells destruction, although this doesn't happen all the time. It's capable of creating a huge hole in the ground that would lead to earthquakes and huge tsunamis. The scary thing about Behemoth is that it can lay huge eggs of about 1 kilometer, and these eggs can fertilize to become more behemoths. But what is a scary-looking creature like the Behemoth doing on Earth? Is it even from this planet of ours? What exactly does it want here on Earth? Is it here to destroy our human race? Or is it here as a messenger of some higher power? Well, there are so many questions about Behemoth, and I'll try to answer them in today's video. However, for a better understanding, it's important that we discuss the origin story of Behemoth and the other titans. Yes, you heard it right. There are other titans, and they're ancient, gigantic creatures of several forms from a different universe. The presence of the Titans alone causes several turbulences, so much that a warning had to be given out to all residents to stay indoors due to an emergency storm. The Titans are also called giants or storm creatures, and some of them are the Wandering Faith, Breaking News, Bodyworm, Behemoth, and several others. They're known for abducting humans, and some of them are tasked with the job of carrying those judged by God to paradise. Behemoth, however, was created for a different purpose, as it's one of the most powerful of all the Titans. So what is it that the Behemoth was created for? Well, as a creature of power, this monster is all about destruction, and when let loose, cannot be stopped by anyone except its maker. Behemoth's iguana-like body has a unique characteristic. It's a serrated back spine of metal and or fortified granite that makes it completely unbreakable. Behemoth, like any other monster, makes a unique sound, and this sound can be referred as that of a Titan war cry that can be heard from miles away whenever it's in a fighting situation. The Behemoth is so strong that it strikes its opponent with a seismic crash, backed with a terrifying sound that will cause any nearby human to shiver. Though Behemoth causes huge damages when it moves, it's a part of the Earth's natural defense system. It's a Titan monster that somehow protects the planet, helps it maintain its balance, and prevents it from perishing. How is it doing that? By emitting a powerful radiation that's rich in nutrient fertilizer. This radiation released can regrow an entire rainforest and help restore the balance of nature and make the Earth more immune. Remember I mentioned about some of the Titans being tasked with the job of taking those that are judged by God to paradise? Well, the Titan known as Day 17, or the Wandering Faith, uses its tendrils to execute this task. And just as Day 17 works for God, so does Behemoth. Because Behemoth is an unconquerable, primal chaos monster, it's used by God to describe how futile it is to question his judgment. Since God has created the Behemoth and he alone can destroy it, this means a human trying to challenge Behemoth is like a human trying to challenge God. It's here only to cause destruction to the humans. Are you guys already scared of this? Comment below from a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most scariest. Behemoth is strong, and it's a Titan which likes to feed on other Titans, which is why at the end of time, Behemoth will have to go into a war with some of the Titans. This battle will cause several damages to Earth, after which God will slay the Behemoth and use it to shelter and feed the righteous survivors of the world. When you look at the Behemoth without thinking about the repercussion of its presence, then the sight of it is almost beautiful. What will fascinate you about this monster is how big it is, and how it's just walking the face of Earth, cutting through the mist of the crowd. At the summer solstice of every year, Behemoth's strength is always at its maximum. The strength comes so much that at this period of the year, Behemoth will make a very loud and scary roaring sound. This sound is very important for Earth as it travels throughout the land and causes all animals to tremble with fear. The fear that's released in the animals makes them become less violent for the whole year. Weaker animals, after hearing this sound, will go into hiding away from wild animals, and wild animals will hunt in fear. Without Behemoth making this sound every year, Earth would be disorganized, as animals would become very wild and violent, and will go around killing each other, including humans. One thing you should know is that the sound Behemoth makes is very terrible for humans and can make a human deaf or even cause the human to get shocked to death, which is why there is always a warning to stay indoors. You can only go outside if you or your loved one has been pre-chosen. And that was today's story, guys, about the giant titan Behemoth. Comment and let me know how'd you like it.